Hey everybody. Sorry this video is a bit late. This is going to be the only one without live commentary. First off, I tried to kill Kriara. I tried to use Chinchambas and an Armadillo crossbow. I bought it so that I could kill Kriara, the boss itself, better. And I had to sell my tassets in order to do that. Chinning for the minions worked really well. And offensively, I was doing decent, but defensively, I decided that I need Armadillo armor for better magic defense. The minions were hitting me pretty hard, and I'm pretty sure that Kriar does use magic itself, so I wasn't really getting much done by having inferior magic defense. I tried to use the Varric skirt as well as like a hybrid option, because the melee minion was hitting me pretty bad too, and since he was hitting me in combination with the magic, I was just getting knocked around for a bit of the fight and I thought the Armadillo armor was going to be a better option in general. So I'm going to need to make more money and then come back with Armadillo armor. So what I did was I killed Vorkath for a little bit and then did an elite clue because I decided that I was going to be killing him a lot more anyway. And since his drop rate of elite clues is pretty high, I was just going to be getting a bunch of them from him. It didn't really give me anything that good. Then I went on Twitch while I was training, I think smithing at the time. And I saw that Abyss was doing a court mass, so I went to that. I thought that if I got one kill, maybe I'd get the lucky chance at one of the things, like Pet or Elysian Sigil, and that would make my bank go up or just be like a cool drop that I could record. I didn't end up getting any kills, even though I did a bunch of damage. I think I got a double spec from the Ruby Bolts a couple of times, but it wasn't really worth it. Aside from all of this, I didn't really have a lot of time this week to record much, but I did do a couple of important things. The new tournament worlds gave me a great chance since they let you walk or teleport anywhere. So I decided that I was going to try and practice the Inferno in max gear. This would get me used to the mechanics and make me get more experienced. I feel like the experience that I get from using the max gear would transfer over into normal worlds, since most of the Inferno is prayer flicking and knowing when and where to run versus specific monster spawns. The tournament worlds will make all of that easier, plus get me used to each monster and each wave. So if I have to go up against the Ranger or the Blob, specifically the Blob, I think that's the hardest thing that you have to actually fight in the Inferno because he switches his styles based on whatever you're praying. And even though I got that part down pretty well, he then pops out three little minions of his own, like basically nibblers that attack you since they have 15 HP each. And they are the biggest pain in the ass in the Inferno. Dealing with them made me panic a bit on pretty much every wave, so I still have to get used to those probably the most. And I feel like once I master those, I'll be able to master pretty much all of the other types of monsters that are in there. Overall, using the max gear will be better for when I go to do it in my inferior gear, because even though I'm going to be trying to get to the highest wave possible, if I make it to the highest wave like Triple Jads or Zuck, even if I make it to there in the tournament world, then I'll have a lot more experience per wave. Even if it's just with Arims or Karils or any armor that I have to take in there, I'll probably actually have Armadillo armor, and I already have Pegasians. But I probably won't have a Spirit Shield, like a Sigil Spirit Shield. But practicing in max gear, like it's proven from just all of the PVMers that did it in the first place. They went in with the best gear they had and now they're doing it in like Void. And Wooks didn't even use supplies for the last time that he went in. People have had it with 1 defense and 45 defense and it's all coming from practice. No matter what kind of practice you get, if you do it in the max gear, it's going to be the best thing. And I'm so glad that they added these worlds where you could go anywhere because I didn't even test the new stuff. I didn't test any of the new armors or weapons. I just went straight to the Inferno with it to test everything. On this attempt, I only lasted until wave 28. I died with a ton of supplies still on me. And like I said, the next approach that I'm going to take is just trying to get to the highest wave instead of trying to survive the best on each wave. I also want this pet now, the Zuck pet, because I got it in the tournament world after only using 1 cape. Once the series is finished, I may go back for another attempt just because I want to get him. I'm not going to get it off the first or second cape, but he just looks so cute. After realizing I don't have the best gear for Armadillo, I decided that I was going to grind some money instead of doing bosses and cheaper setups. Most of my equipment went up in price since the announcement of Raids 2, so I don't want to just sell it all now and then buy it back later, because then you never know if it's going to be at a higher price. So my decision was killing Vorkath and Zulrah to probably 500 times each. This will get me around 120 mil since both of their drops average are 120k each. I think that's taken into account with their rarer drops. Definitely not with the Skeletal Visage since its price went way up. I don't know how much of that I'm going to record, but I know that I'm going to record in the end when I'm selling all of it off. I also want to smith runite bars at the Blast Furnace. After doing gold bars for so much, I started to actually enjoy the Blast Furnace. So I was like, once I get the chance of getting 85, I'll be able to smith runite bars here. That's been one of the better money making methods in the game since it's around $1 an hour. And if I go for 99 smithing there, I can just do it anytime that I don't feel like bossing and feel like watching videos or something. That in combination with doing rune crafting so that I can get the elite dyers out of the way for the Dagonoth Kings. Both of these methods would end up giving me tons of money in the future, so I plan on just working on both of those slowly. The next couple episodes are going to feel like a big grind, but I promise it's going to be worth it for the later part of the series. Since this is not meant to be a progress series, it's meant to be an adventure, and I want everyone to be with me on it until it's over and then we start the next one. Once all the money is gained, I should have more than enough for higher gear, which means that I'll be able to kill every boss effectively. So like I said, it's going to take a while to grind out Vorkath and Zulrah and do all of these other skills and pretty much just try to make my main goal money making for a little bit. My spring break is on the 18th of March, so I want to be able to get as much money as I can before then so that I can focus on raids and boss mechanics on that time. This makes the most sense because I'll be able to take the most time before I have the most time to play getting money, so that when I have the most time, I don't have to focus on making any money at the time. That's what I mean by it's going to be worth it. So thank you so much for watching this. It's a little bit different than what I usually do for these. Usually there's a lot more editing and there's a lot more content in these, but I just didn't want to waste so much time going at these bosses when it feels like I'm not at 100% of what I could be. Once we're at that point when the grind's over, I know that it's going to be super exciting, both for me and to watch, because we're going to start doing all of the boss kill counts pretty much at once. But leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one.